Hello, my name is Brett Castagna. I'm the Superintendent of Schools for the Quabog Regional School District. The purpose of the video that you're about to see is to explain the 2010-2011 school budget. There have been a lot of changes in the budget this year, and my presentations have changed drastically from January up till now. So I wanted to make sure that everybody has the most current information. Having said that, let's look at the numbers. The good news is that the Quabog Regional School District has received a lump sum payout from the Massachusetts School Building Authority of $14.9 million. This money is in the bank and we have it. This money is to pay off the debt of the Quabog Regional Middle High School. So why did the Massachusetts School Building Authority pay us $14.9 million? Well, the first reason is it saves them money, and I will explain that. The second reason is it saves the school district money. So it's a mutually beneficial relationship for both of us. This means that the Quabog Regional School District will soon write a check for $408,000 to the towns of Warren and West Brookfield, and I will explain that in further detail. Furthermore, it saves both towns and the MSBA over $4 million over the next 10 years. This is how it's working. The lump sum payout that we receive from the Massachusetts School Building Authority is $14.9 million. The outstanding debt is $14.4 million. If you do some simple math, you get $533,000. Subtract the capital deficit, which is $125,000, then you get the net return to the towns, which is $408,000, and this is the number that I just spoke of. That number, $408,000, will be broken up into the towns of Warren and West Brookfield, and the money will be divided based upon the October 1, 2008 student enrollment count, which means for West Brookfield it will be $154,000. For Warren it will be $253,000 this year, for a net return to the towns of $408,000. Now let me just clarify this point. This money is coming back to the towns this fiscal year. This is an incredible achievement. It's never been done before, and the Quabog Regional School District takes great pride in this accomplishment. Now, the long-term savings that I've talked about in the first slide, where the taxpayers of Warren and West Brookfield and the Massachusetts School Building Authority will save over $4 million over the next 10 years. Let me explain very quickly how that is going to work. When you look at capital debt, if you take your principal and add your interest minus the Massachusetts School Building Aid, as you remember, when the Quabog Regional Middle High School was built, the Massachusetts School Building Authority devoted some aid to help us. That gives you, you do some simple calculations there, that gives you the share that the Quabog Regional School District needs to pay for the Quabog Regional Middle High School. So in short, by eliminating the principal, you avoid paying interest. And here is an example of how it works. For fiscal year 2011, which is next year, the total interest for the middle high school is $785,000. The payment from the Massachusetts School Building Authority is $1.6 million, which gives the share for the Quabog Regional School District $676,000. Now that number that you see on the right, that $676,000, is the savings that is coming to the school district and to both towns. If you look at 2012, the interest goes down a little bit, the MSBA payment stays the same, and the school district's money that is devoted towards the high school goes down a little bit as well. And again, that $546,000 will be saved in 2012. For 2013, the interest goes down a little bit, the Massachusetts School Building Authority's payment stays the same, and our payment goes down a little bit. But if you add those three numbers together, that's $676,000, $546,000, $509,000, you get a total savings of $1.7 million over the next 3 years. This is an incredible achievement in a time where our economy is struggling and the taxpayers of Warren and West Brookfield need the savings the most. There are the calculations for the next couple of years after that, but that's where we're calculating the savings of over $4 million over 10 years. So the long and the short of it is the Massachusetts School Building Authority saves $2.2 million, and we save just about $2 million. So there's your calculation of over $4 million for the next 10 years. With this achievement, what I would really like people to understand is that there is no longer any debt for the high school. So the payments that the taxpayers secured for the next 10 years for Quabog Regional Middle High School virtually disappear, or they do disappear. The other thing is the capital deficit project with the track construction is also gone. So those are two incredible achievements. So the effect on the fiscal year 2011 budget. Now this year, this fiscal year 2010, our total budget was $18.1 million. This was approved at town meeting last year. That was our total budget from the school department. For this coming fiscal year, FY 2011, the total budget for the school department is $16 million and change. And this was approved back in March by the school committee. That is an 11.6% reduction, or a savings of a little over $2 million in total school budget. Now I want to make sure that you understand what I mean by total school budget. I've color-coded this where operational costs are in yellow, capital costs are in red, and that gives you the total school budget. So for this year, for a fiscal year 2010, our operating budget was $15 million and change. Our capital budget was $3.1 million, and that gave you a grand total of $18.1 million. Our request for fiscal year 2011, for next school year, our operating budget increases by 1.4% to $15.2 million, with a capital cost of $864,000 for a grand total of $16 million. And that, again, is a significant savings, a savings that is being passed to the taxpayers of both Warren and West Brookfield. The bad news is that the state reduced our funding by a net of $332,000. Now, the actual reduction was a little bit more than that, but we did receive some federal stimulus money to offset the reduction. So the net reduction is $332,000. What that means is for above minimum contributions, we are requesting from West Brookfield $176,000 and $275,000 from Warren. So the total budget for Warren is $2.2 million. That is required minimum contribution. Above minimum, $275,000. Transportation, $499,000, for a total request of a little over $3 million. For West Brookfield, the minimum contribution is $2.2 million. Above minimum, $176,000. Transportation, $319,000, for a total request of $2.7 million. I'm pleased to say that West Brookfield did approve our budget, and we will see what happens at the June 8th meeting in Warren to see where we go from there. Thank you very much, and as always, if you ever have any questions, please contact me directly at the superintendent's office. My email is bcastigian@quabog.org or 413-436-9400. 9256.
That's a good presentation. Much
Good.
better.